This is the way to develop the one interface. We can take any number of services here. Here I am taking the just one method. Your choice, any number of methods we can take. Then next, after that we can provide the implementation here. So before providing the here, we need to import java.rmi.star package, import java.rmi.server.star package, then public class first IMPL, now extends unicast remote object, this is one predefined class. This class doesn't allowed by the duplicates URLs. It is allowed by the single URL, unique URL, unicast remote object. Then implements remote, first enter. Then next, after that, public, we need to provide the implementation, public string wish, now string uname, throws remote exception, throws remote exception. Then next, after that, we can write the whatever business logic you want. If it is a small business logic, here itself we can write return okay, now good morning or good evening, plus uname. This uname I am passing through my spring. Now close. If it is big business logics, then we can write here itself. Like a communicating to database or like that. Then next, finally close the class. This is second rule. Third rule is we can develop the server application. Import rmi.star package, import java.net.star package, then public class first server. After that, public static void main, now we can create an object of this class, first IMPL I1 is equal to new first IMPL, After that, naming dot rebind, naming is the predefined class available to the net package. Rebind, under that we can pass the URL. So now what is that URL? Now RMI colon double slash localhost colon 1099 slash test. URL pattern is what? Test. Now I1. This object I am passing here. Now system.out.println here server is started. Server is started. That's enough. Close the method, close the class. Close the method, close the class. This is the server application. After developing the RMI application like this, now we can compile. How to compile? Java C star.java. After compilation, now we can generate here stub and skeleton classes. So how to generate? By using RMIC tool. RMIC. So now here what we have to take? So now first IMPL. RMIC first IMPL. Then we can get the stub. How it is? Like this. First IMPL underscore stub.class. Like this we can get the stub. This is what? Helper class. This is the helper class. This is the helper class. After that we need to start the RMI registry. Start RMI registry. Start RMI registry. Then next start the server. Java first server. Then automatically one register is going to be started here. Third step, whenever you are starting RMI registry, one register is going to be started here. This is what? RMI registry. After starting the RMI registry, now we can start the client program. That means server program. Once we are starting the server program, naming.rebind method is going to binding this URL here. How it is? Like this. RMI colon double slash localhost colon 1099 the next slash test I1. Like this. This is the key, this is the value. Like this. This value is going to be stored into in this RMI registry. Up to here RMI part. Now coming to the Spring part. This is the RMI server. Now this business object is available to the RMI side. Now I want to getting this business object from RMI server to Spring side. If you want to get that business object at the Spring side, now what we have to do? First step, we have to copy this first inter as well as this stub class, and we can paste into the Spring side. So now here first inter dot class. The next first IMPL underscore stub dot class. We can copy and paste. We can copy and paste. After that, what we have to do? After that, we can develop the Spring component. How to develop? Like this: public class demo bin. After that, private first enter. This is what? Dependence in the form of objective. Now generate the setter method: public void set first enter. The next first enter. Now this dot first enter is equal to first enter. The next public void business method. Now here first enter dot wish method. What is that method? Wish method I am going to call by passing some value. So now here, welcome to DURGASOFT. Welcome to DURGASOFT. Finally, whenever we are executing perfectly this application, what is our output? Good evening, welcome to DURGASOFT. Now this is going to be written as what? String. The next system.out.println uname. Close the method, close the class. Close the method, close the class. This is the business component in Spring side. Now how to getting that object? This object is required inside Spring. Inside the Spring configuration file, we need to configure one predefined class called that is RMI proxy factory bin. See, this is my Spring configuration file. spconfig.xml. Now here I am configuring what? First of all DTD. The next beans. Bean ID is equal to ID1. Class is equal to org dot spring framework dot. Okay, spring framework dot RMI dot RMI proxy factory bin. 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 Now this RMI proxy factory bin was provided by the two properties. Number one, property name is equal to service interface. Property name is equal to service interface. Under that, value. Now what is that service interface here? First enter. Close the value. The next, close the property. The next, property name is equal to service URL. The next, under that, value RMI : /localhost colon 1099 slash test. Close the value. Close the property. That's enough. Close the bin. Close the bin. Now we can configure this bin also. How to configure? Like this. Bin id is equal to id2, class is equal to demo bin. Demo bin. The next after that property name is equal to first enter. First enter. The next ref local is equal to id1. Then close the property. The next close the bin, close the bins. That's enough. Now we can take the client application and we can compile and execute. Now we can call this business method. Because of this RMI proxy factory bin, and this is going to be looking to the inside this RMI registry, passing this URL and getting this implemented object. And finally this RMI proxy factory bin is given to the that object to container. Now the container is given to the that object to in our application. Right, in our application. In our container we can ask to the id2. Whenever we are asking to the id2, now first of all inner bin is required. So now id1 is required. Now this id1 is first of all looking to the here. Now pick upping that object and finally given to the okay. So now here totally how many objects? This is what first IMPL object. IMPL object. This is what okay, RMI proxy factory bin. Proxy factory bin. This is what demo bin. Demo bin. Right. So like this hierarchy is there. Now we are going to getting our thing in our client application. We can call the business methods. Which business method we can call? This business method we can call BM. Once we are calling this business method, this is happening internally and it is pick upping the that RMI related implemented object and gives to that object to in our Spring, who is given Spring framework. Spring container is given to that object and finally our responsibility is to call this business method. Like this internally okay, this is happening, right? Now we'll see this example practically. First enter. The next first IMPL unique as remote object implements first enter. The next server, right, remote exception. The next, this is what RMI side. Now take this location and we have to do these 4 steps. Paste here. Then Java C star.java. The next Java, sorry, we need to generate a stub or not? Yes. RMIC first IMPL stub is generated. The next after that start the RMI registry. Start RMI registry. Start RMI registry. Like this we can start the RMI registry. So this is the RMI registry. This is the RMI registry. Now we can start this client program, then automatically this URL is going to binding to the in this registry, right? Now we'll see Java first server, Java first server. That's enough. Server is started. Now go to the Spring side. This is the Spring application. I just implemented first enter, same code only, whatever I written on the board. The next first.xml. So now here I am going to return service URL, service interface, the next test bin, right? Then client, typecasting to the test bin, calling the business methods. Now take this location, paste here. Now Java C star.java, Java client, right? I will see here we got what? Good morning Durgasoft Private Limited. Like this we can getting the communication between RMI to Spring or Spring to RMI. This is the communication between the RMI and Spring. That's all for today. Then tomorrow I'm going to take another services, right? Thank you.